There are over 3 billion people employed worldwide. Every single one of them was taught the same thing. Show up, perform, get paid. And most of them are good at it. Some of them are exceptional at it. But here is what almost none of them were ever taught. What to do with the money after it arrives. Not how to save it, not how to budget it, not how to spend it responsibly. How to make it work without them. That lesson was never in the curriculum. It was never in the performance review. It was never in the promotion. Because the system that taught you to earn had no interest in teaching you to stop needing it. It does not matter what you earn. It does not matter if you make $40,000 a year or $400,000 a year. If every dollar in your life traces back to your ability to show up, you are in the same position. The number is different. The architecture is identical. You have built your entire financial life on a single point of failure. You, your health, your presence, your performance, your continued willingness to show up for a system that will replace you the moment it becomes practical to do so. That is not stability. That is dependency dressed up as a career. And the uncomfortable truth is, most people will spend their entire working lives perfecting that dependency. Getting better at it, getting paid more for it, calling it success. Never once asking the question that changes everything. What do I own? Think about every institution that shaped how you think about money. School taught you skills that make you employable. Your parents, if they talked about money at all, likely told you to get a good job and save what you can. Society measures your worth by your title, your salary, your ability to consume. Every signal pointed in the same direction. Be valuable to someone else's system, not your own, and it is not a conspiracy. There are no villains in this story. It is simply the way a system perpetuates itself. Employers need employees. Institutions need participants. The economy as it is currently structured needs the majority of people to keep showing up. So that is what gets taught. And it worked. You showed up, you learned, you earned. But somewhere along the way, for most people quietly, for some people loudly, a question starts to form. Is this it? Not because the job is bad, not because the money isn't real, but because no matter how hard you work, no matter how much you earn, the equation never seems to change. You work. You get paid. You spend. You work again. The wheel keeps turning. But it is your energy turning it. Let's put two people side by side. Person A earns money. Could be modest. Could be significant. Doesn't matter. They trade their time, their skill, their presence, and in return, they receive income. The moment that exchange stops, the income stops. Person B owns something that generates money, an asset, a system, something that was built once and continues to produce. It does not require their presence every day to keep existing. Same dollar amount potentially, completely different reality. Person A's income requires their health, their time, their performance. It is contingent on an employer, a contract, an economy, a decision made in a room they are not in. Person B's income exists whether they wake up or not. That difference, that single structural difference, is the entire game. And the system taught almost everyone to spend their life optimizing Person A's position, getting better at earning, never asking what they are building. This is not about passive income courses. It is not about quitting your job tomorrow. It is not a get-rich-quick framework dressed up in different language. The ownership mindset is a fundamentally different way of seeing every financial decision you make. An earner asks, how do I make more? An owner asks, what am I building that will still produce when I am no longer producing? An earner protects their job. An owner builds their position. An earner saves money. An owner deploys capital. These are not the same person with different incomes. They are people with potentially identical incomes who see money completely differently. And that difference in seeing is what creates the difference in outcome, not over months, but over years, over decades, over generations. The shift does not require a certain salary. It does not require a business degree. It does not require you to already be wealthy. It requires a decision to stop seeing your income as the destination and start seeing it as the starting material. Here is the part nobody talks about. This shift is hard at every income level, just for different reasons. If you earn less, the immediate pressure of survival makes it feel impossible to think beyond the next paycheck. Every dollar has a job before it arrives. The idea of deploying capital feels like a conversation for people who already have enough. If you earn more, the lifestyle expands to meet the income. The commitments get heavier. The cost of life increases at almost exactly the rate the earning does. And suddenly you are not someone with options. You are someone with a bigger version of the same trap. Both are the same problem wearing different clothes. The employees who break out of this pattern are not the ones who waited until they earned enough to start thinking differently. They are the ones who changed how they think first, and let that thinking reshape what they do with whatever they have. That is what this channel is built around. Not a number, not a salary bracket, not a lifestyle level. A way of thinking that the system never taught you, because the system had no reason to. We are going to break down the mechanics of ownership, leverage, wealth psychology, and how money actually moves in the world. Without theory, without fluff, without selling you anything at the end. Just the architecture, just the thinking, just what is real. Here is the question I want you to sit with before the next video. If your income stopped tomorrow and not reduced, stopped completely, how long could what you currently own sustain your life? Not your savings, not your next paycheck. What you own. Be honest with that number, because that number is not a measure of how hard you have worked. It is a measure of what the system taught you to do with that work, and whether you are ready to start doing something different. We will see you in the next one.